Rockland Sewer Commission meeting, September 16th, 2021. This open meeting is being broadcast live on youtube.com, WRPS Rockland, and is being recorded by WRPS. We all have the Zoom information. Dan, I'll take a motion to open the meeting.
Motion to open the meeting.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Robin, I didn't get a copy of the minutes. I know you sent them out, but I couldn't open the file, so.
You couldn't open the second one set that I sent you either?
I didn't see the second one, I'm sorry.
I'm wondering if it's something with your computer, Chuck, because everyone else was able to open it, and I was able to open it from the office phone as well. I emailed it to that.
Okay, it probably is. I'll take a look at it, but like I said, the other day I couldn't open it.
All right.
I was just watching the kids today, so I didn't really look that hard.
So
So if you don't
want to
mind, I'd like to put that off till the minutes until next month.
Of course, okay.
Dan, do you mind?
I don't mind.
Okay, thank you. Any drain layers license?
No,
Any abatements?
no.
Okay, with the moratorium in effect, I guess there's no new permit hearings. Keith, I'm wondering, did you extend the invitation to 365 Concord in Beechwood to come in next month?
365, Bob Galvin, I think, is going to be speaking with you. And you were going to reach out to Beechwood because you're the one who said you had the contact for them. I don't have any contact information on Beechwood.
I'm sorry, I'll send you that contact tomorrow, sent to Keith. And what was that again on Bob Galvin?
365 Concord said that, you can speak to Bob Galvin about it.
Why can't they come in?
I can't say what was said. They don't agree with, I'll reach out to them again and
What don't they agree with?
rescinding their permit.
No, I said they can come in and talk about it, but what I'm saying is that as far as I'm concerned, they got an entirely new plan on the board. It's not what we approved. So I'd have to see that they have to present the new plan, and there is a moratorium in effect since then. Once you grant the permit, it can't stay open forever.
Well,
Tell them they're gonna have.
I'm not gonna speak for them. I thought Attorney Galvin spoke at the last meeting and made it pretty quite clear that it wouldn't be appropriate to rescind their permit. But like I said, I think that's a conversation that maybe Attorney Galvin. I'm not going to speak as an attorney, and I'm not going to speak for the developer.
Okay, I'm going to review that meeting. I think Attorney Galvin said it would be appropriate to speak with them in October, not in September. So I'll call Attorney Galvin tomorrow, Monday.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Okay, Beechwood, I'll send you the contact information. So, Robin, do you have the contact information for Beechwood?
Well, I'm not in the office, so I'd have to check tomorrow to see if I have that.
Yeah, if you do, because I know they came in, they put in the application, so contact information must be on there.
I actually don't think they put in an application. If I recall correctly, wasn't that gentleman's name David? And
Yeah, wasn't that an extension from?
I think they had permission a long time ago that
Right.
went to the developer. Then they were having some kind of contention with the developer, and the homeowners there wanted to take over the rest of the development and proceed with putting in the buildings.
Okay,
I think it was half. Maybe they were approved for just under 20, and they were looking at maybe putting in 10 if they took over, but they never got. We haven't heard from them that they actually won in court to take over that development. So,
all right. If you could email me their contact information, I'll reach out to them. You'll see what you have on it. If not, I'll see if I can dig it out in my own files. But if you could take a look tomorrow or Monday when you go in, I'd appreciate it.
all right. So you want me to send the contact information to you, not Keith?
You give it to Keith. Keith, if you want to contact him and you want me to.
Yeah, I cannot, if we have the contact information, no, I got no problem, talking with them.
Okay, if you would, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, no, that's no problem.
Now, if I recall, they had a permit for their original development, and like Robin said, I think there was some conflict about whether or not who owned it or something like that. If you could just get to the bottom of it, I'd appreciate it.
Yep, no problem.
Thank you. Okay, continuation of old business. There was a discussion on a part-time position. Is that still on the table?
Yeah, what do you call it? It's because, the daily receipts, so it has to be, a second person doing daily receipts. They want turnovers, done every, daily receipts, I'm sorry, done each day. Turnovers from, where I used to be. And,
My confusion is why couldn't that part-time position be in accounting?
Because each group enters their own receipts, so water enters theirs, sewer enters, it's their responsibility to enter the receipts. They come from the collector's office. So as part of a larger conversation, it came up about the separation of duties. Sewer is the only one that doesn't have separation of duties. So just in theory, if I wanted to, I could probably get away with giving people abatements. And that's why the separation of duties comes into play.
Okay, but how is they're saying 15 hours? Is that realistic?
Well, the minimum is usually, it's between 14, but always less than 20. It's hard to get someone to work for less than 14. But also, what else has come out of that meeting is historically, the water department has done the backup for finals and a few other types of transactions, lookups for customers when the sewer person is out. Since we're separating water, sewer, and trash into unique groups because of the enterprise fund, they're not willing to provide that service to us anymore.
But how is that going to affect you're talking taking 15 to 14 to 20 hours of your current responsibility out of the equation?
Well, honestly, I'm strapped, Chuck. I think you might realize that when you see how late sometimes you get the meeting minutes.
Okay, but again, please understand, I'm trying to look at this from an overhead point as well. What has changed in the job duties since last year?
Well,
Business is down. We're not getting as many requests. We're not granting as many permits. And I'm not being a wise guy.
okay, but that's like such a minimal part of the job, those requests for development, but I'm really not comfortable talking about my job duties in an open meeting.
Okay, then here's what I'd like to do then. If we could schedule an executive session to discuss your job, your job duties. I'd like Stacy Callahan. I'll make the arrangements to have Stacy Callahan, Elizabeth Zaleski there. Keith, myself, and Dan. What we'll do is we'll try to do that on a regular workday schedule. It won't be at 7 o'clock. I'll get together with them and see what's convenient to meet. Dan, I'll reach out to you. We'll schedule that for an executive session.
Okay.
And who's going to schedule that?
I'll schedule that with Stacy and Elizabeth Zaleski.
All right. You did get there was a part-time job description. It's available for you down at the sewer department. Stacy had worked on it.
I didn't get that, and you know why. So if you could email that to me, I'd appreciate it.
All right.
And I'd also like Dan. Dan, do you have a copy of that?
No, I didn't get that.
All right, I'd like Dan to have a copy, and I'd like to have a copy of your current job description.
Dan picked it up the other day. You were at the plant, you took it with you.
I
Dan?
didn't take anything with me.
You don't recall the part-time job description, Dan? Maybe
God, you gotta be kidding me.
that's all
No,
right.
I don't think he
I
is.
didn't take anything. I didn't leave any. I left with no papers in my hand.
Okay. So you want to email a copy to Dan, email a copy to Chuck of both of the part-time job description?
Yes, and your regular job description.
Well, my job description right now is, we have a union contract and they're all being reviewed right now, so it kind of won't be complete, but it'll be a work in progress.
Okay, could you give us a breakdown of your hours and your weekly hours, or? You know,
Well, I
any-
mean, I'll just
Would
give you
rather
the
do
job
that.
description, knowing that it's subject to change, that's all.
all right, I'll talk to Stacy, but if you could email those part-time job descriptions.
Okay. Actually, Chuck, it came from Stacy. She might be able to email you a nice copy because I only saw a copy of a copy. Will that work for you? Or would you rather I track it down?
You don't have it handy?
I do not.
All right, I'll call Stacy. Did you ever, I'll talk to Elizabeth too about preparing a brief email so we understand the job, the change. Dan, is there anything on the EPA, Keith?
Nope, you know, they have all the documents, and that's it. So, you know, I'd love to say no news is good news. So,
What about the rate study?
wait, you sent me an email stating that you wanted to vote on it. So it's,
Okay.
kind
Yeah,
of just
you had a
sitting in
chance to
limbo.
review, have you had a chance to review that job, that scope of work on the rate study? Dan?
It's a rate study. I thought they were waiting for it to come back down. The average.
No,
rate-
you gotta review you have to review the scope of work and get an understanding of it, and then we can vote on it.
Oh, I have not seen that.
You have a copy of it.
No.
Could you, Robert, could you email Dan a copy of that rate study scope of work, please?
So we're gonna be putting this off another month, correct?
We might be able to do it at that special meeting once he has a chance to read it.
Is this the one about the new construction?
No. Well, yes, part of it is the new construction, how to establish rates and that.
I saw the new construction.
Why don't we send out a copy to you again tomorrow? We'll look at it, and what we'll do on open meeting, we'll vote on that contract before we go into executive session on the Don Robbins job description.
Okay.
Robin, can you see that he gets a fresh copy tomorrow?
I don't have one, but I will. I'll get one and get it to him.
Thank you. Okay, have we created a permit waiting list yet online?
We have a permanent waiting list, but not online.
Okay, I think what we should do is put that online so it's visible, so no one questions whether any games are being played, or it's going to be a first come, first serve. What I would do is, and I want to talk to Dan about it, and it would be pending the conversation with Attorney Galvin on how we deal with Beechwood and 365. Right now, those are the only two that I know of that are pending.
So as people contacted me to get on the waiting list, I just printed out the information that I had and dated it and assigned a number to it.
Okay, if you could send us a copy of that, Dan, I know I haven't seen it, so if you could send me a copy of that.
Well, yeah,
And Dan a copy, and I want to put that up on the
It's
town website.
it's not really a document yet, but I can do that. But I think Keith might want to speak to it. He knows who they are. I'm not sure if he wants to speak to it or not.
Okay, all I care about is, I don't care who, as long as we have it by dates.
Okay,
So it's a first come, first serve. And the reason I want to put it up on the website so it's visible, publicly visible, so no one can say we're switching things around, because it will be on a first come, first serve basis.
all right.
Keith, you got a problem with that, or?
No, I don't have a problem. I just,
You what?
no, I don't have a problem with it. No.
Okay, well, You're up now, the SSES update and ACOM. Did you happen to mention to them about scheduling a meeting with us?
Yep, they will be available for the October 21st meeting.
And how much time will they need?
I'm gonna be meeting with him in the next couple weeks to go over it, and with that, I can just send you an individual email stating that, okay, they'll need, 15, 20, whatever time that they think they would need. So
Well,
I'll
do you
make
think
it.
if I block out a half hour, that'd be fine, or
Yeah, absolutely.
why don't we say a half hour? And if they could do a PowerPoint presentation so it could be shown live
Sure,
and make the slides available beforehand.
sure, yeah.
Okay, how are they doing on the study?
Well, it's done. I just received the hard copies the end of last week. I should say, with all the video, the analysis and whatnot.
Have they got summary sheets yet?
Yep, it's 600 and something pages. It's some good reading.
They don't have anything blocked off smaller that's in like a executive summary?
Like I said, it's 600 and something pages. I haven't been able to go through it all yet, but I can look at it. So there's a lot of things going on. We have a major infrastructure issue that we've been working on almost every single day.
Where are the big hitters that you're finding out?
We're finding them on our own without anything from AECOM. We have a massive infiltration west water and Plain Street. It's insane how much it is. We did it all on, we did it on our own, found it on our own.
Does that have anything to do with the new construction of the elementary school?
No, this is all we cambered it ourselves. Well, with Holdley, and it's incredible like how much infiltration is coming in. All the the infrastructure is just it's breaking in a bunch of joints, and I traced it further up West Water at believe it's Arlington. There's a good hit right there, entrance to the manhole. So just along West Water and Plain, we have a good amount coming in just on a few segments there.
Can we put flow meters in there and ascertain the quality, the volume?
I'm not going to spend $5,000 on a flow meter, but put
Rick,
it this
are
way,
there flow meters available at Suez that they can loan
no,
us?
they don't have them.
Rick?
It registered at the plant.
No, we don't have any, Chuck.
Well, how are we going to ascertain the volume?
I can do a bucket test, but I have you do a bucket test. You isolate, and I have a bucket with increments at every gallon, and you times it. So if you get 1 gallon a minute, that's 84,600 gallons a day. We have ways to capture.
So that method of capturing can be duplicated once we do the repair, correct?
Correct. Yes, exactly.
Okay. So we can document the
Yep,
improvement.
before and after. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
If I have to, if you want, I can hire an engineer and do a wear and all that stuff. It's a lot of unnecessary expending. But if you want,
No, if you're happy with the bucket test, and as long as you can duplicate the same thing to show that if we do the repair, that we're getting what we said. Now, do you feel that this is a new issue or it's been ongoing?
I think it's been ongoing, and it's been ongoing, and it's gotten worse. Because even the road's starting to undermine.
All right, I'd say stay on that and let's see if we can go with it.
Yeah, we're just we're all trying to get it. It's just, the biggest issue we have is getting police details because they're straight out right now. and it's very, very hard, getting the details out there is, the big problem.
All right, anything else up?
As far as, I&I stuff?
No, as far as your update.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Let me see, whatever. Okay. Yeah. The butternut, pump butternut ejector station, the bids, everything was, done. We had a low bid of 88,500 and we had a high bid of $104,094. So we'd like to move forward with that. That was, funding approved at town meeting and we have the funds available for it. The digester boiler,
Who's gonna be getting have you picked-
Weston and Sampson Operation Services was, the lowest bidder. And then the digester boiler, that just went out to bid, today's Tuesday. And that
Now,
is,
is that coming in sealed bid or is that going under engineering services?
oh no, that's a sealed bid because it's construction. Yeah, that's a total sealed bid. And that's out to bid currently. And, the bid opening date is October 12th.
What is the,
Yeah.
did you do the scope of work or was there one prepared?
There was one, prepared, that was still, looming. So I just, used that, and just, we obviously updated it to, current dates and whatnot. And, let's, let's see, we have a mandatory walkthrough on September 29th. And then the bid opening date is October 12th. And we're gonna hope that, we get competitive pricing on that.
All right, could you do me a favor, send Dan and I copies of the scope of works for the digester?
Oh yeah, well, there's no scope of work right now. Right now, it's just all the bid documents that, this is the boiler that's there. This is, the parameters, the BTUs, piping, motors. It's that scope of work would come, once.
So there was no physical paperwork that went out, just a visual walkthrough?
Oh, no, there's, the bid documents. It's not the scope of the work comes back. I'll send you, well, the bid is, it's online, but I'll email to you. That's fine.
Yeah, if you could email Dan and I, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, that's no problem. So as far as the butternut, you guys are good to move forward with it? It doesn't need a vote. I'm just want to, check off all the boxes.
Now, when will butternut be, the work start,
They've been calling, asking, what's going on? I said, let's just, after this meeting, I just want to make sure everyone's on the same page. And I said, as soon as, the meeting, everything is, good, then, hopefully they'll be ready to go in the next couple of weeks, because we want to get this thing done before the cold weather sets in.
Did they give you a hard copy of their bid?
Oh yeah, you have to.
Okay, can you email a copy of the bid to Dan and I, and we'll add that to the open meeting portion of the agenda for the job description?
So we're gonna wait another month to award this?
No, what did I say? I'm
okay.
gonna try to get it done in a week or two if I can. I want to talk to Stacy tomorrow. It's all
Right,
pending
this
on
was-
that. It's all pending on, I want to get I'd like to do everything in one shot. So what I want to do is I want to get the issue with it. We could do the job description and put in executive session. And while we're at it, instead of waiting a month, we could do the butternut, and what was the other one? There was something else there.
It's just butternut. Digester boilers out to bid.
Okay, so we'll bid on, once we see the bid, we'll approve butternut.
Okay, this is just a question. This was approved at town meeting. So we need to do another approval.
Well, we have to, I'll tell you.
I'm just asking the question.
Yeah, I know, but the board has to vote on it. And I prefer looking at something and reading it before I vote on it. That's all. I mean,
Okay.
I'm not saying delaying it. I'm just saying, I just want to see what I'm voting on.
I think excuse me, Chuck, can I speak?
Yep.
I think what Keith's asking asking is, does it require another vote because it was voted on at town meeting?
Mhm. But we still have to vote on it to approve it, the project to go forward.
Okay, that's what I think he was trying to clarify.
Okay. What else you got, Keith?
That's it.
Rick, now this is the one I've been dying to hear. How have you made out the past month?
Well, like I think you've heard, flow is way up. I talked, I think last meeting, July, we actually set a new record for violating the flow in July, and unfortunately, we did the same thing for August. August flow was 2.9. The July, I believe, was 3.0. Yeah, it was 3.0. Problem is, we ended up getting, for August, we had 8.96 inches of rain. So for July and August, we had 17 inches of rain, which is a crazy amount. For September, we're not doing much better in September. Right now, through 15 days, we're averaging 3.5 MGD. And we've already had close to 5 inches of rain in the a couple of weeks. Good thing is we shaved some flow, but we haven't bypassed anything. We're able to keep it in our offline tanks. And once the flows dropped a little bit, and in the evening, when the guys went home, we put the sump pumps back on, and we ended up putting it back into the headworks. So that's the good part. But the flow is, like I said before, it's just crazy. I mean, I've never had a July or August fail until this summer. But again, 17 inches of rain. I don't know of any wastewater plant that can survive that type of flow.
I agree with you. When you talk on, add in your I&I, it's
right, exactly. And Keith, Keith and I and Ed, we've been working on this boiler quote and the butternut upgrade. So, I know, speaking on that matter, I would appreciate it as soon as we can get that thing going, butternut especially, because I think the weather is imminent. I mean, it's, so it's not something I don't think we should drag on for another month.
If I can get a hold of Stacy tomorrow, Monday morning, I'll see if we can schedule that meeting the end of next week.
Yeah, that'd be perfect, Chuck.
But let's go back to the flow. That means so far without September, and I think we're going to blow September.
Yep.
That'll be 9 months out of the last 12.
Yeah, it was.
We've blown the permit.
Yeah, we've actually blown every month this year, this calendar year, except for, I believe it was June. I think that was the only month we were successful. And on the other note is the rolling average is going up. I mean, I know you talked about your moratorium. I think the current rolling average as of August 31st is now 2.7. Yeah, 2.7 now. So it's been going up, but
it's not good.
No, not at all. But Keith, like I said, Keith is doing an excellent job out there with the I&I. I mean, we talk daily about flow that they're finding. So we're hoping that's going to help Ed and I out at the facility. The other two things, boiler
yourself.
Yeah, the boiler and butternut, obviously, Keith just talked about that.
Excuse me, Rick. Can I ask a question just for clarification?
Absolutely.
The rolling average is 2.7. Is that over the last 12 months? Is that how that works?
Correct.
Okay, thank you so much.
Correct. That's just a report only on my NIPD's permit. That's just, just for us, and kind of what Chuck uses for the moratorium.
Okay.
Let's see. It's been a kind of quiet month, other than the flows. We've been working some overtime covering the shifts.
How you doing head count wise with any issues with COVID, or hopefully not?
I'm sorry, what was that again, Chuck?
How you doing head count wise? No issues with the COVID? Are you still on COVID?
No. So only thing is, I can wrap up my portion here. The only personnel I have, one of my operators is out on maternity leave. So fortunately, one of the good things we did, Chuck, was not letting Sean go. So Sean is now back working full time.
That's good.
Reluctantly, but he's doing it. So
now,
he's
on the books full time, or?
Yeah, so he's now taking Megan's spot while she's on maternity leave.
But like I said, he's a good
So
asset.
yeah, it helped out tremendously. It's now, I didn't have to bring another operator in from another facility, Suez facility, or bring a temp in or anything like that. So,
All right, I'm gonna ask you a question, and if it's, if I'm crossing the line, I want you to know, but I am curious. How are you making out vaccination wise with your staff? I mean,
sure. Right now, 100% of the staff that is currently there is vaccinated.
okay, that's all I want to know.
Yep.
Okay. Like I said, I didn't know if I was crossing the personnel line or what. I didn't
No,
want
no,
to.
everyone right now is vaccinated. But that's all I have. Not too much this month, other than, like I said, the flow.
Ed, you got anything to chirp in?
Actually, I do. I wanted to make a correction on the annual report that we just submitted to you. You should have gotten that. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, I wanted to make a correction on the annual report that we just submitted.
Oh,
So on page 31. Oh, hold on. Let me find it.
I don't have my copy. I'm just making notes on it.
I don't have mine either.
Oh, hang on 1 second. Sorry.
What's the correction?
You know what? I will take care of this next week. I'm sorry.
You just wanted to be heard. Nothing new for you, nothing from you, Ed?
No, that's it for me.
Okay. New business. When Keith was interviewed, we mentioned that there'd be goals and objectives set for the year. I wanted to wait till he was acclimated in. What I'd like to do is for Keith, Dan, and I to each come up with 3 that we feel attainable, they're reasonable, and they're measurable that we can set for Keith to meet for the next year. So if you guys could work on that, maybe send me a copy. I'll send you my copy. We can see what we come up with, and we'll come up with 3 of them out of the 9. Is that okay with you, Dan?
Yes.
Keith?
Yeah.
Commission vacancy. I have reached out to Michael Laughlin back in April, and I had asked him, because the previous board, we approved going for a new, and we had a vacancy for illness, and we put in to post it. Until we got Keith on board in May, I asked him to hold off till May. I've sent them 2 prior emails. I've heard nothing. So what I'd like to do, Dan, is I'd like to send an email formally from the board, from you and I. I'll send you a copy to proofread. And we'll take it from there. As far as I know, the only hard applicant I know is from Mr. Bowen, who's been in attendance for every meeting, I think, since February, Paul. And I do appreciate your patience. But like I said, that's something from what I gather, the way it works, the Board of Selectmen will see if there's any applicants. I think yours is maybe 1 more. I know yours was first. They'll ask for Dan and I's recommendation, and then hopefully it goes with that. But to do that, it has to be at the next Board of Selectmen's meeting. I have not seen your agenda for the next one, so I don't know if it's on that. But I think Kara is the new chair. And once I'll draft that up, get it to Dan tomorrow morning, so he could look at it. And once he says, yeah, I'll send it out to them first thing Monday morning. With that said, the next meeting will be October 21st, and the primary on that will be AECom doing a public presentation on their SSES study and their findings, which to me will be very interesting. That for people who are there, that is just what they have done is done a camera work, smoke test, eye tests on our outside pump, on our outside piping and infrastructure to see just how bad the I&I really is. So we'll have them give us a summary, and hopefully out of that, we can prioritize what we're going after. With that said, the next meeting will be the 21st, and I'll open it up to any public questions, or anybody have any questions, or
Is that at 7 PM?
7 PM Zoom. Yep.
Who's reaching out to ACOM to invite them?
Keith already did
Okay,
for the 21st. We're gonna ask them to do a PowerPoint presentation. And I'm gonna ask Keith, and I'll just reiterate that if they could get their slides out a week in advance, so Dan and I could look at them prior, that'd be great.
Mhm. Yep.
Other than that, no comments. I guess we'll see everyone the 21st. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good night. Good luck, Rick.
You'll make a motion to close the meeting?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Sorry, Dan. Go ahead. I'll second that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Dan, thank you.
Okay.
Good catch. Hey, how's the baby?
You're doing great.
Good. All right. We're all set. Good night, everybody.
Good night.